It's generally crazy because ILM has repurposed the Allosaurus and Apatosaurus models for life on our planet. Here, even though it's not meant to be Apatosaurus, the heads very much look like it. You can see that ET looking head. They are meant to be Diplodocus though. You can tell they've had the spikes on the back. So a bit of change. At least they've changed them up and not lazily, just a straight copy and paste. But it is that, hey, can I copy your homework but not make it obvious? It's basically that. But I just want to say, this is still probably my favorite episode by far, just because of the amount of dinosaur screen time. It was much more, even though there's a bunch of modern day animals, which is, I don't know, because I'm a dinosaur guy. I want to see the dinosaurs, right? Even ice age creatures I'd be happy with. Marine reptiles, I don't know, I was so fascinated by them when I was younger, but they're a little bit boring, especially when it's just based on ammonites and stuff. They're not very much like mosasaurs. Those are interesting. But anyway, this Allosaurus is just generally cool. You can see they've changed it up quite a bit. Not quite a bit, but it's very obviously the Battle at Big Rock and Dominion Allosaurus from Jurassic World, right? And this, I do believe it's the baby Apatosaurus model that we saw in Jurassic World with the kids riding it. But changed to be Diplodocus. I'm going to call the title of this video Allosaurus versus Apatosaurus just for those clicks. But obviously I am stating here that is Diplodocus. It's more just, it basically is Allosaurus versus Apatosaurus because they have just repurposed that, Apatosaurus model. But they have changed it up. I'm not too sure about the tail. Maybe they made it more whip-like, right? Maybe the Apatosaurus in Jurassic World's tail is a bit, thicker. And with the Allosaurus, you can see the, kind of spikes on the head and stuff. It's a bit more slimmer and whatnot. But, let's move on. We've talked about that scene for 2 minutes. It was even though it's very clearly ripped off, I do quite love it because it is made by ILM and Steven Spielberg, so they do have the rights to do that. And they have in this, even with the Deinocheirus, you could hear a subtle change of what is meant to be the Velociraptor sound. They were using it on Deinocheirus. I could hear it. It doesn't sound exactly like it, but in a way it does. And same with the T-Rex. We'll get to T-Rex later in this video because T-Rex was also in this episode, but they do use the Jurassic Park T-Rex roar, so it's pretty funny. I would like to think, as headcanon, this is meant to be what the prologue was for Dominion. It is still set in the Jurassic World franchise, except, back all those many millions of years ago, the same way the prologue was, except, then you've got the prologue T-Rex, which is feathered, and then you've got the T-Rex in Life on Our Planet, which is, the more paleo-accurate, chubby T-Rex. So it's it can't necessarily be canon because of that prologue T-Rex. That kind of ruins everything. And the Triceratopses looked... Oh no, was it Ceratops in the prologue? I think so. But we had Ankylosaurus. I don't think that's appeared in this show yet. But yeah. Anyway, we have the Deinocheirus and they go hunting an Arthropleura. But they do pretty good because it normally shows, the prey often gets away and the hunter... Sometimes you'll feel bad for them. It's they're going to die because they're going to starve. But it's yes, the herbivore who didn't do anything, they're not evil or anything, they're going to get away scot-free. But this time, it actually gets tied out. We see the smarts of the Deinocheirus take on the Archosaurus, and they get a meal out of it. So yeah, they just start snacking on it. And that was most of the Deinocheirus scene. I do quite like it, even though it is what was it the model changed up? It was... something added with feathers. I believe it's meant to be based off Velociraptor. I think I heard people say. The model's a bit weird. The shadows seem a bit off as well. But yeah, anyway, moving on. We got the Maiasaura. We had this in the first episode, I'm pretty sure. But they wanted to, re-go over it because they wanted to talk about the social behaviors of dinosaurs in this episode. You could see with the Deinocheirus, they were, obviously pack hunting, communicating, whereas now we're moving on to herds. And the last thing we'll be looking at is two T-Rexes. So whether they fight or communicate, we'll see. But this is just one massive herd of Myosaurus. I don't know if they showed this many Myosaurus in the first episode. There were a lot because there was a nesting site. But this is like a migration. But anyway, we then move on to the photo of, you know, we've got Archosaurus in here, sauropods, and not Triceratopses, probably just ceratopsids, I don't know. But here, we do actually have Triceratops in the background. Not the best look of it, but they're trying to focus more on the centipede. So yeah, but then finally, we get into the T-Rex, and this is what I was talking about. You can see prologue T-Rex from Jurassic World Dominion, which is set 65 million years ago. Same with this, because... Actually, I won't spoil. I'll leave that till the end of the video. But the prologue T-Rex is obviously a fluffy Rexy, whereas this is just its own unique paleo-accurate T-Rex, I would assume. There are definitely some errors with this show. It's a fun watch, but there are errors, like some dinosaurs just would not do that, you know, and whatever else. I don't know. They've just gotten some information wrong, you know. But here we can see that is the other T-Rex. I did believe at first it was a female T-Rex, but the way Morgan Freeman was narrating it, it was like, these guys are cannibals, they'll fight for territory. It's like, why would they fight? One looks like it, like the red one, you know, it's obviously in nature, the more vibrant pattern one is mostly the male, and that one was fully brown. So I was just like, yeah, that has to be a female, right? Surely they're, you know, gonna do a dance for each other. And Morgan Freeman was like, no, they're cannibals, they're going to fight for territory. I was like, okay, I'll believe what you're saying then. And then they do actually, you know, twist it up on you, and they are actually trying to get a mate. So yeah, the little red T-Rex, because males are often smaller, you know, it has to do with stance, and Morgan Freeman says if he gets this wrong, could be game over for him. And yeah, because that female is very bulky, I assume it would be able to easily take down that male T-Rex. But he lifts up his neck to show a sign of trust. That T-Rex could just go chomp on the gullet right there. But luckily for the male T-Rex, they bond and they become a pair, which I just thought was so cute at the time, at least, until they pull something absolutely crazy at the end of this episode. It was like, why would you do that? This male T-Rex and female T-Rex have just found happiness. They found partners within each other. And then, you know, we look right here, yeah? This is the scene where it's like moments before disaster, basically. So, you know, they're just nuzzling each other and everything. And then in the background, because it's 65 million years ago, the meteor's coming down. Of course it is. Of course it is, dude. And so, yeah, this couple of T-Rexes only got their couple of seconds of happiness before boom, explosion. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Bye, everyone.